Kylo Ren driving the bus for 2 hours. This should be interesting. Paterson is directed by Jim Jarmusch, and it stars Adam Driver as a bus driver because everything needs to make perfect sense in life. This movie is the story of a bus driver who goes about every single day in a very routine and mundane manner. It repeats the day after, and it goes on for a week. This man also is an aspiring poet, and he likes to observe the world, and this observing of the world is one of my favorite aspects of the movie. This film definitely has a 3-act structure, and it's very underlined, but it has a 3-act structure in every day of the week that you see. This movie starts with him waking up next to his wife, he has breakfast, he goes to work, he goes back home, he goes and walks his dog, and he enjoys this walk by going into a bar, and he goes on to home, and then the same thing happens every single day. This movie is a love letter to mundane people, to people who maintain a life of routine, be it because of work, because they are married, because of responsibilities, because they just want to. This movie is definitely for the everyman out there, every man and woman. This is probably the best performance I have seen of Adam Driver, and he is so damn charming in this movie. This is just a guy who you see and you just smile because this man is so damn charming. He's a very polite person, he doesn't really stand out, he's very reclusive, he's a poet just like I said, and he doesn't like to display it. He doesn't like to showcase it to people, not even his wife, not even other people who he meets during the movie. There are poets. He just likes to observe the world. And because of that, the movie allows you to feel a very great sense of intimacy with this character. You feel very close to him. Throughout the movie, it grows on you that you are close friends with him, even though you're just meeting this guy because you're just watching this movie. Basically, what this movie gives is my personal policy for reviews. Whenever I do reviews, how I talk, the words I use, how I like to express myself even with the hands waving around. I like to make you guys feel like we're sitting next to each other and we're just having a conversation, be about movies, because that's what I do. The visual storytelling in this movie is incredible. One of my favorite scenes is a scene where you just see two people talking on the bus, and then the camera goes to him, and you just see his micro expressions as he hears these people talking about something they heard or saw, or that they talked about the other day, or that happened to them. There's also one very good scene where he goes to the movies with his wife, and you see that he's much more interested in watching the people that are there, watching the movie with them, and not the movie itself. He's just a guy, and you'll love that about him. Also, by the way, he has an uncanny ability of waking up without an alarm clock. Every day. The world building in this film is incredible. I talked about how he observes people and he just listens to them as he's driving the bus, and I love that aspect of the film. There are many other things that contribute to the world building, but I don't want to spoil you guys, and I want you to have fun if you watch this movie. But I just love the world building in this, and you guys know how important world building is to me. You get the world building through the poets he likes, you get the world building through the poems he writes, you get the world building through the conversations he has with his wife, be it at dinner, at breakfast, in the morning, at night, during the conversations he has with the bartender from the bar he goes to. There's charming in every single aspect of this movie. The characters, what they do, the conversations they have, and speaking of the conversations they have, this movie is funny. I am not kidding you. I laughed a lot in this movie. The conversations people have are so regular, so ordinary, but then you have some brilliant observations about everyday people, and you just realize how funny it is. I cracked up quite a few times during this movie because of conversations that Adam Driver has with the guy from the bar that he goes to every single day to get a beer at night. And then he goes back to work. And then his boss meets him in the bus before he starts his day, and they talk about how he's everything with each other, and Adam Driver is a polite guy, so he asks again, and the guy just lays it down on him how everything in his life is going, and it's really damn funny. I love the relationship he has with his wife. It's so quirky. It really speaks to the way Jim Jarmusch writes and directs his movie. The guy has a lot, and I mean a lot of quirks. If you've seen Only Lovers Left Alive, you'll know what I mean. If you're a fan of that film, and I am, you'll know what I mean. What this movie is a tribute to everyday people. It's a tribute to that guy you see sitting on the bench every day on that street that you pass by every day as you go home or you go to work. What this movie is a tribute to the guy that is always waiting at the tables as you go to the same coffee shop and ask for a coffee every single day. And it's a very Portuguese film in that sense. You know those old ladies who go to the front door of their house and just stand on there on the street looking at the people passing by? You know those ladies? Well, it just seems like this guy is one of those old ladies that are just observing the world, and you might get annoyed when you see those old ladies every single day, but this guy is just so damn charming, and this movie is just so damn charming, you start to get a different perspective when you next see these old ladies after you see this movie. It's a tribute to everyday people, and it makes you see them and the world around you in a different manner, but in a really charming way. It really makes you appreciate that you see these people every single day. It makes you appreciate routine. It makes you appreciate the mundane aspect of life. It's an important movie for married people. It's an important movie for people who maybe feel stagnated at their jobs. It's a tribute to people that feel like there's not much going on in life or with themselves. And Adam Driver, as a character in this film, is a perfect vehicle for that. Because the movie, it very much shows you and tells you this guy is just this guy, and he likes to observe the world, so observe the world with him. He has a very quirky manner of observing the world because he's a poet. But as you are watching this movie, you can basically describe it in a poem. As I was thinking of this movie, I could write a poem in my head, and I suck, and I don't like poetry. This movie made me like poetry and listen to a poem from a guy who I don't know. It makes you appreciate the beauty in routine. It makes you appreciate the most mundane and bland aspects of life and of every single day people. My only problem with this film is that it won't have much replay value. Not only because it is very slow, but I don't feel like you could add much to this story as you watch it. It's not like there's nothing beyond the surface, but what is beyond the surface you get from a first watch, or at least from a first couple of watches. I really enjoy this movie. It's very unique because it is so different from everything out there. But it is funny, it has good characters, it adds a new perspective to every single day life and routine and people. It makes you appreciate the beauty on doing the same things over and over again, on the same things happening over and over again. And it has a dog. So there's nothing not to like in this movie. Full of charm, very well written, very funny, very well directed. I love the simple cinematography in this movie. It is full of character in itself, but I love it, and I love the visual storytelling that Jim Jarmusch tells. Paterson, a simple movie, but a beautiful and charming movie, and it definitely is a collector's item. What did you think of Paterson, my beautiful geekies? Did you like it? Did you not? What is your favorite Jim Jarmusch movie? Let me know in the comments below, and also go check out my review for The Edge of 17. I put that up late last night, and tonight I'll finally have my review for M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's Split, starring James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. I can't wait to see you guys on that. Don't forget to like this video and share with your beautiful friends. Tell them to click subscribe and the bell and join the beautiful geeky community where we can be geeky united. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You guys are the freaking best. I love you all. Stay beautiful, stay geeky. Yeah!